after listening to what we just heard from Vincent, LVG, and Jack Fox, all I've got to say, fans, is what a bunch of arrogant, spoiled-ass crybabies. Seriously. They just coming out and saying they attacked the World Heavyweight Champion CJ Hawkins last week because they're so sick and tired of him and hate everything he stands for. And then we got LVG claiming he's gonna finish off Cadaverous once and for all tonight. And little whiny Vincent, who's unable to accept a defeat, is challenging CJ Hawkins to a rematch from Dynasty at Overdrive's upcoming CPB Vendetta. And man, what a bunch of whiny little bitches, seriously. Hey, as we just saw Mr. Mammot enter the ring, and now making his Overdrive in-ring debut is one of the newcomers, from the free agents draft. And he actually made his BYU debut at Dynasty back in December. It's Lee Andrews. And I tell you what, the fans do not like this guy one bit. Lee Andrews, he hails from the state of Texas, and he's a big Dallas Cowboys fan, which certainly they did not get him over well with the Philly fans at Dynasty back in December when Lee Andrews won the 20-man Invitational Rumble. But man, of course, we all know the Cowboys were not successful in the playoffs. But seriously. Anyway, this matchup is about to get started here, and I actually forgot to mention this last week, so I'm gonna say it right now. Congratulations to the Super Bowl champions, the Pittsburgh Steelers. So we're underway here. And Mr. Mammot starting off here against Lee Andrews, sending him outside the ring. And Lee Andrews, with his cocky demeanor, obviously didn't think Mr. Mammot was going to pose much of a threat to him. But Andrews just kicks him off. But yeah, I'm just still disgusted with what we heard from Vincent, the European champion Jack Fox, and LVG, the former Lexter. But man, and of course, a lot of other things happened. I already discussed that controversial bullshit that went down on EBA with the hardcore title. Oh, and the A-Gay, as Mr. Mammot locking out Boston Crab on Lee Andrews. Of course, we saw on EBA this week DePietro throwing out an open challenge, and it was answered by none other than Christopher Helmsley, who appears to have changed his entire look. I mean, no longer has his baseball hat or his glasses, and he's changed his colors from green to orange. Wonder what's going on there. and on Aftershock last week, we saw Hoovy, the scam artist, bitch and moan about being on Aftershock, but he was graciously shut up. Oh, hold on, I'll finish that in a second. Andrews goes for it, but only got a 2. But yeah, Hoovy, his mouth was thankfully shut by someone who I'm now declaring my hero, the new instant classic Shadow MC. And man, did MC, him and Hoovy were just going right at it, back and forth. They were just trying to outdo each other in terms of insults, man. But man, they ended up going at it later that night. They were part of a 6-man main event. It was Shadow MC, Ashley Dunn, and BYU champion Nature Boy Steve Farrell against Hoovy, Ace Reed, and MT Wallet. Ashley Dunn winning the match for his team by getting a pinfall on Hoovy. as a little sort of receipt for that screw job back at the Coronation kickoff match when Hoovy screwed Ashley Dunn in that steel cage match. And look at that! Look at that arrogance from Lee Andrews with the right hand. Who does he think he is? The Rock? Oh, sheesh! I mean, seriously, this guy thinks he's The Rock. What the hell? DDT there by Lee Andrews. And, of course, on Aftershock, we saw the institution of two new titles, the Cruiserweight title and the TV title. Tournaments kicked off for both of those championships. And man, look at Lee Andrews here. I'm not going to argue that Lee Andrews isn't impressive because he is. But the man is an asshole. He has a face that automatically makes you hate him. That's how impeccable Lee Andrews is, fans. Seriously. Hey, suplex off the top rope by Lee Andrews. And he's going to go for a cover here on Mr. Mammot. There's two. No. Man. Just listening to how much complaining that Vincent, LVG, and Jack Fox were doing. Bunch of little whiny ass bastards. Maybe they were, I don't know what's got them in such a bad mood. Maybe they bought a used copy of Action 52 from the flea market or something. Then they didn't realize how much of a bad game it was. But now, anyway. Hey, JD Cage, what the hell are you talking about? Oh, I don't know! And no, I'm not trying to sound like Luger here. Anyway. But seriously, I am just a little off key today, fans. I'm a little off my game, and look at this! Lee Andrews with a DDT off the top rope! That's gotta have crushed Mr. Mammot's brain. There's two. It's over. And with the via DDT off the top rope, Lee Andrews in devastating fashion gets this victory over Mr. Mammot here on Overdrive. Give me a minute to catch my breath, fans. We'll be back. Stay with us. Time for our next matchup here on Overdrive. This one's for the North American Championship. And here comes the new title holder, Cypher. And how about that moments ago when we saw with Cody Hawkins, younger brother of CJ Hawkins, getting in the face of Jack Fox, the European champion, after what him and Vincent and LVG did last week. And Cody Hawkins, I gotta admire his guts. Challenge Jack Fox to a European title match tonight. And Jack Fox, I'll tell you what, he might be laughing and thinking this is going to be a cakewalk. But buddy, if you're paying attention to this, don't be letting your mouth write checks that your ass can't cash. Because Cody Hawkins, he might be young, but he's almost like his brother.